Good evening, Doctor.
Can you hear me right? Very good evening to every one of you who have gathered here for this muscle up. So I think your seats all must be up right now, thinking what this doctor is going to talk. It is something very, very important, which, as I mentioned, is a much more ignored area. In spite of we as doctors, or even the health freaks down there talking about regular exercises, regular walks or regular jogging or regular games, regular visiting, trekking, whatever physical activities. But I find that many of us are still ignorant, still the jaywalking, they're still very casual in their journey. I think this 2 years with terahertz, it has given us a lot of fantastic awakening calls for human beings to change the way they have been to change the way they should be. Because what we have been doing is all the wrong things under the sun. Irrespective of whatever we are doing, it doesn't matter, but at least now let's change. Now this change has to come from yourself, and then in that way, for the today's topic, it is something very beautiful that you will enjoy this. Now here, of course, I'm not asking you to, have a muscle like this guy on the left side and a fully muscular, but there must be something we all need to do. There are beautiful reasons for that, and then we all should start doing something, because as I go through the slides, you will understand that what are the kind of complication we would be facing if we don't do it. This is something very beautiful. So with that, the muscle up presentation for today is on. Now, of course, let's get back to, as human beings, it's the most beautiful gift of the divine, God, whatever you want to name. It's the most beautiful gift that we are all human beings. Now, just imagine if you're a crow, or probably you're an animal, four-legged animal, Worst come worst, what they can do is, of course, they can eat their food, they do their regular work, reproduction, but there are so many things as a human being you and I can do, is something which is so marvelous, so beautiful, so nice to see that we human beings are able to do so many things, multiple ways of doing things, but animals are restricted from doing all that. But what we guys are doing is just the opposite, like just example, you just look at a zoo where they keep all the animals. We are so excited, paying money and going down and seeing the animals inside the zoo, thinking that we are doing some big favor by going and watching them in the zoo. In reality, these animals should be in the forest or free in nature to do what they are supposed to do. A lion is not supposed to be kept in the cage, and then, and we go and see the lion in the cage and then we take selfies. And is that the way the animal has to be? No. Now just imagine on the other side, if you as a human being and these animals take over and then they put us all in a cage and then they start coming and seeing us in the cage and then just laughing at us, how will it be? Now just because these, whatever the animals of the lower beings are not able to retaliate, they cannot talk back to you saying how painful or how the situation is, we just go on doing it. So what's happening is right from birth until death, the middle part is what we are all living, is beautiful life, and we all should relish this every moment of life. And then we should be so grateful, with a lot of gratitude, that it's an opportunity for you to live to the fullest of, in whatever ways you want, you live, but you should live to the fullest of today. Now just imagine, now it's already 12 o'clock. Now how many of you feel that today, from morning until now, you feel so fulfilled, that you feel so happy, that you feel so joyous, that today has been a very fruitful day for you? How many of you are feeling that? If you are not feeling that, you better feel it. You have to create that vibes of happiness, the vibes of being happy. Of course, you may tell, this happened, doctor, how can I be happy? Yes, I totally agree. There are some situations where you need to be a little sad, it's still okay. But whether you like it or not still goes on. If something wrong has happened today morning, but now it's evening, but it's already moved forward. The sun has already set, and then it's become dark. So what is the point in talking about the early morning situation? It doesn't. So in that way, being the most beautiful evolved being under the sun, as a human being, just relish what you need to do and live for today and enjoy that moment of every day, so that you create the future of every day into a very beautiful being. Now, many of us, of course, every day you better ask yourself, how healthy are you? Am I healthy? If you can come out of your fever, if you can come out of your flu, if you can come out of whatever situation, maybe you had a small cut and then you can heal yourself, that means you're healthy without external aid. But sometimes, of course, you need to have an external aid. Maybe there is a small cut and you put a band-aid, it's still okay, because that's the external support you need to do. It's still fine, you no issues on that. But your body has to heal on its own. That is when you claim yourself as healthy. Now just imagine, you have your food like yesterday. Today you're supposed to clear your bowels, isn't it? It should be an automatic mechanism wherein your bowel movements has to be there and it is to be clear. Now, how many of us have a very, very regular bowel movement? It's a big question mark, because in my practice, I do see a lot of people having an issue with the clearing the balls. And that too, when you're looking at clearing the balls, it may be partial, maybe it's not fully clear. Now, in that way, when you see, it is not a healthy situation. Why? Because there's a lot of toxins being collected in your body, and then that is what is going to create a problem later on. Now, many of us are so ignorant for the only reason that when there is small issues, we ignore it. Your body always tells you the small issues, but you ignore it because either you're busy with your work or probably you feel it's still okay, I have no problem. Like there was one call from one of my cousins, what they told me was this particular person went to the hospital with stomach pain on the 20th. Okay, they admitted him, and then on the 21st of March, they came to an understanding and a diagnosis that this particular person has cancer. Just imagine, 20th. Until then, this guy is 47 years old and absolutely no issues previously. 20th is goes to the hospital, gets admitted. 21st, the doctor comes, checks everything, and then of course, whatever minimal testing they did, and they picked up some cancer. What cancer? It was a stomach cancer. And they were telling it's already spread. Now, 21st, they gave the information. Now, out of the blues, on the 23rd morning, this person passed away. Now, what happened? Just 3 days. Just 3 days. Everything is completely gone. Now, what happened all the while? Of course, he was thinking he was healthy. Yes. Now, this is the kind of situation we all are facing. We do not know what is going to happen the next, but you are supposed to do certain things on an everyday basis. It is not just do one time and then you finally, feel that you have done some great favor for your body. Like I see a lot of people telling me, doc, we just go for 3 times in a week for exercise. I say, what? Why 3 times? Every day you eat 3 times, isn't it? Then why only 3 times you go for an exercise? You should be going every day for 30 minutes. That's it. Whether you're going to the playground or whether you're going to the park or whether you're going out for an exercise, it doesn't matter. But if you're not able to go out, please do it at home. So you need to do this on a regular basis. Now, are we prepared to face the disease? Are you prepared? You're not, isn't it? Most of us are not. It's not only you, we are not prepared. So the moment it comes in, everything is upside down. You won't be able to think what you want to do. It's an alarming situation. Now, when there is an alarming situation, what do you want to do? At the end of the day, of course, you will be going from one hospital to another hospital. And the best part for you is the beautiful human beings around you. There will be hundreds and hundreds of people around you and they're all specialists, and especially you tell a disease, they will give full of solutions for you. Did you go to this hospital? You tried this Ayurvedic, you tried this homeopathy, the list goes on. So what happens? We also get distracted, don't know what to do. So we will be listening to few souls. But at the end of the day, what will happen is when time comes, you have to leave this universe. You will live and go. That's it. But what are you doing? Now, why do you want to wait for a disease to come in and then you wake up and then you start preparing to especially get into a healthy lifestyle? Why not we start well in advance? And the most beautiful part is we are too relaxed, we are just too relaxed in our life. And the best part is we are all surrendering to the disease. That is a pathetic situation of the human beings. And these human beings, especially who come to my clinic and in my practice, what I see is they feel so proud that they'll say, I have diabetes, I have heart block with 3 stents, 4 stents, and I have blood pressure, I have renal problem. They feel that talking about a disease and telling that they have the disease is something like getting a Dato and Dati titles. But it is not. It is something beyond. You have ignored your life all the while. You need to change. Now, when do you need to change? I would say start today. It doesn't matter. You start today. Plan it up, what you are going to do for tomorrow. Do not surrender to the disease. So that means you have to go beyond that thinking of you have a disease and go beyond that. How do you heal yourself? How are you going to heal? How are you going to cure this, cure whatever disease we are talking about? You can do it. Why is it there are so many people stage 4 cancer? They are able to cure themselves and come out. How is that? There are a lot of people who have been diabetes has been reversed. They are normal. Like that, there are so many things when people are doing. Why is it you cannot do? The reason why things are not working for you, the only reason is you are not putting the right efforts. You may be putting the efforts, but you're not putting the right efforts. So now, by the time you realize that, it's such a beautiful thing. Even if you cry, even if you can go stand upside down, start praying that day, nothing is going to change. Why? Because what you are supposed to do previously, you didn't do it. Little drops of rain make a mighty ocean. Like that, little ignorant things what you have been doing in your life is what is going to cause a big bomb for you in your life. And that is when you have to, that is the time you awaken up. Now awakening at that moment, it's still, I would say, I would appreciate at least you get awakened, good enough, move forward. Now what is this basically disease is all about? You're just out of ease. That is when you have a disease. That means there is some small situations wherein something is happening. I'll just give you an example. Like you just go to the doctor and then the doctor checks your blood sugar and he says it's around 6.5 or 7 millimoles, your fasting sugar. Now what the doctor will say, hey, your sugar levels are high, yeah, it's high. So what happens? You need to be reviewed or probably seen maybe 3-4 times in the next 1 week to 10 days to check your sugar levels. Now just imagine if your sugar levels are being running between 6.5 to 7 for all the 6-7 days which the doctor can check. That means there is something metabolically, your sugar is not getting clear. Now what do we need? So what the doctor will say is, okay, now what you need to do, just take care of your diet and go for regular exercise, and he will send you out. You also, what you will do is for the next 1 week to 2 weeks, you are so cautious, no sugar in your coffee, no sugar in your tea, and absolutely no sugar in anything. And then you will stop eating rice, you'll start going early morning, going for exercise. All this will happen for 1 week, 2 weeks maximum. Once again, you will go back to your own routine. After 3 weeks to 4 weeks, back to the same. And then of course, maybe you feel, oh, everything is okay, I'm feeling good. Or maybe suddenly you check your sugar level is around 5 and you think you're happy. But as you progress for 6 months, what happens? There is something going on inside your body which you have not rectified it. Now this is where you need to understand that whatever you do, at least do it for 3 months. Very important. Whatever you do, you want to start doing exercise, do it for 3 months. You want to change your diet style, do it for 3 months. You want to probably follow a vegetarian diet, follow it for 3 months. You want to do a breathing exercise, do it for 3 months. Now, when you do this for 3 months, what happens is your body also gives time for it to heal. There are some changes can happen inside you whenever you're doing this kind of changes, and it takes time. So that's where you need to understand that 3 weeks to 3 months is a very, very important time wherein you need to stand by and then focus on what you need to do. Now, most of us, of course, wondering, what's happening. This is a very, very common problem, but it's still okay. What I would say is, as of today's topic, let me go on to the specifically today's topic, even though there are a lot of diseases. Now, what you need to understand is, in our body we have more than 600 muscle. Now, each of this muscle has different functions. Now, when you just look into the three types of muscle what we have in our bodies. One is a skeletal muscle, then is a cardiac, then a smooth muscle. Just don't go into details of it. What I'm just giving you a picture is, imagine you have 600 different units of muscle separately. Now, don't you think that all the 600 muscles will be working day in and out in different times, different schedules? Everybody will be working, right? Now, in that way, when you see as a human being, the most common thing what we would be doing, if at all you and I are moving on regularly, like walking. So what happens? It's your legs which are being used to the maximum. So when you come to other part of muscle, maybe it is slightly less. But when you look at the cardiac muscle, right from the day you are born until the day you die, it goes on functioning. There is no rest for it. Absolutely no rest. The day it takes rest, the day that's where you finish your journey and you go out of this universe. Now, when there is one person, your cardiac muscle working in and out, day in and out, for whatever number of years and for whatever number of hours every day, how many times in a day do you thank your heart for it to function like that? Just imagine your lungs. Even lungs needs your chest muscles need to be contracting, relaxing. It has to do that job, right? Now, even there are so many muscles, right from your nose until your throat to your chest, has to concomitantly work together, synchronizing. When they work together, that is when the air goes inside, the oxygen goes inside, the exchange takes place, and then we're able to breathe in and breathe out, and then that in turn oxygen goes into your body. Now, these are all functions you and I cannot even think of, but it's automatically happening for you. That's the reason we don't take things very seriously. So with this number of muscles in the body, for how many muscles in the body are you doing exercise? Are you performing exercise? If you look at it, it's a big question mark, isn't it? What we do, maybe we are doing it for our 300 muscles regularly. We are doing moving around all this, yes. But what happens to the remaining thing? Or even if it is 400, the remaining 200 muscles, it needs proper twisting, turning. Then only those muscles start working. All the muscles don't work at the same time. So, what is the today's working pattern? Most of us, like today, what we are doing, working from home. We feel so proud because we feel happy because we don't want to go to the office. We're working from home. It's good. But what's happening? What you see in the picture down there? Of course, one day you'll be sitting on the chair, 2 days you'll be sitting on the chair, third day, automatically you will be, of course, lying down like this guy. And can you see the place down there? He has the food also there, drinks also there, everything is there with that one headphone. Now, this is a very common picture we are seeing. And most of us, we don't go and work in the fields down there. So it's more of a desk job. And it is more of an internet-based job assignments, the jobs, what we do, including the meeting, what we do, like what we are doing right now is actually, I am not really a person where we'll be sitting here and talking here on the Zoom. I would prefer to see live. That means the real people, the real, I love doing that. But what to do? We have no choice. We have been forced to do. Now, and in today's world, you can see a lot of youngsters. Of course, now the COVID is going to get over, and then now we all have to start flying back, and people have to fly. So there will be a lot of people who are flying in and out every day for their journey. Now there will be a lot of free radical damage when you fly because of the height at which our plane flies, and then the sun rays coming and falling. Of course, there are a lot of protection, everything the plane has got, but still we are exposed to these kind of situations where our body goes through free radical damage. So overall, the definitely our body movements are less. So what's happening is many diseases can set in because of our lifestyle. So you all know that everybody is talking about lifestyle diseases now, and then it is there, but what are we doing? Are we really working on it? It's the moment they call lifestyle, you should understand that you need to change the lifestyle. And then, so what is happening is we need to understand that the moment we are working on that, today's topic, as I was talking to you, this word might look something new for you. It is called sarcopenia, wherein losing the muscle as we progress. Now, this is a very, very common problem. Like, it happens as you're aging. Now, as we go through this particular topic of muscle being losing the muscle, or the muscle function has been much less. Let's go into the next thing and see what is sarcopenia. Is basically is a loss of the skeletal muscle. We are not talking about the cardiac and the smooth muscle. It's basically a skeletal muscle, and the mass and the strength as a result of aging. So how many of you are ready? Aging is something we all have to accept it. Of course, people will be talking there, hey, age is only a number. Yeah, it's a number. We agree. But you are aging. Now, don't tell me that you can be the same age as you're a baby and you'll be the same at 50 years. No way. Baby is a baby. 50 years, you're a 50 years old person. That's it. We can think in the mind that we are not aging. It's still okay. But your body is aging, whether you like it or not. If at all you're 50 years today, tomorrow you will be 50 years and one day. That means one day you have gone in front. So there is no way you can avoid it. So let's accept that, number one. Number two, can you believe this? Skeletal muscle, losing your skeletal muscle starts at the age of 30 years and slowly progresses. And I am seeing a lot of these situations in terms of muscle wasting, when we see a lot of issues in the liver. Number one, a lot of fat metabolism is a problem. That is number two, I see. And number three is there is a lot of protein deficiency, especially we call it as a branch chain amino acid, which is nothing but the valine, leucine, and isoleucine. These three amino acids comes under the BCCA. Now, if you go to the GNC in the malls, the GNC, when you ask them BCCA means, they will give you that particular amino acid, which is very, very important for your muscle building. Okay, other than the protein I'm talking, now we are talking a specific amino acid. Now, most of us don't realize as we put on the fat. A lot of people, especially in this, where in our COVID time, 2 years, a lot of people put on weight. Now, a lot of people have lost weight also on the other side, but I would say most of us, when you put on weight, of course, you don't even realize that you're putting on weight because the fat goes in so slowly that you don't realize. And you're so busy occupied in your job. Now, there is something which I need to share here is one of the main problems is your sugar metabolism. When you don't do exercise, there is one particular problem you will face is, one is, of course, your muscle you are losing because you're not doing the exercise. But on the other side also, you will face a problem wherein your sugar metabolism, I'm not talking about diabetes directly, but it is one of the situation where diabetes is a problem where you will face because of the sugar metabolism. Now, on the other side, if you see, for a muscle to lose also, if you're not eating sufficient amount of protein also, you will face a situation wherein other than the exercise. Now, on one side, let us assume that you're going to do regular exercise. It's a beautiful situation, but on the other side, your body, you're not giving the required amount of protein every day. What will happen? Definitely, whatever exercise you use, your muscle doesn't have the strength because it doesn't have that nutrition inside the muscle for it to do its job. So your diet also plays a very, very important role. Now, when no exercise, you will definitely lose muscle. Automatically, you will lose the muscle. And what you see on the right side, can you see the movements also is decreased, the size is decreased, the strength is decreased, and the mobility is decreased. Now, just imagine a person having probably a hip fracture and the doctor is put her, of course, today's operative methods are fantastic, wherein they will change the whatever the rod they put, and the next day only you can walk and go. It is all beautiful. But many times, if you break a bone, especially your leg bones, and the doctor puts a plaster of Paris, and then you have to be resting for 6 weeks, minimum 6 weeks. Now, in that 6 weeks, you know how much of muscle wasting will happen? For you to recoup that itself, it will take another 3 months. It's just you're not moving the muscle. So, how much of uh, care you need to take when you have everything so beautiful? That means you don't have any injury, and what you need to do, you need to take care of your body so very well that in the event of there is anything, you should be able to recover much faster. Now, how many of you know that your aging starts from your foot? But very, very sad situation is 50% of the world's amputation is because of diabetes. Everybody feels diabetes is a dreaded disease. Yes, it is a dreaded disease because you see the complication. But it's such a beautiful disease as well. You can control it. You can handle it. It's not at all a big deal. The only thing is you do not have a proper discipline in your life. That's the reason you are facing it. It's nothing else. You have to change. Now, how many of us? Now, let us start looking at a very simple concept of everyday walking. At least you need to walk around 10,000 steps every day. That's one of the simplest method. Now, there are a lot of people out there will say, "Doc, we are walking, 5 kilometers." Yeah, fine. Now, second comes your mobility. How many of you are able to flex, sit down, and get up? Sit-ups. Now, this is where if you see a lot of beautiful things, which I will probably in the next few slides I will show you. Now, can you see the foot down there? Now, once your gangrene sets in because of the lack of blood supply, if you do exercise regularly, or at least your foot will have regular proper blood supply, isn't it? Now, it's not just alone blood circulation alone I'll be talking. Even the nerves should be having a proper nutrition. And of course, the food what you eat should have contained, B complex, B1, B6, B. It's a package. You cannot have just thinking that, okay, I just going for walking, everything will be fine. No, walking is a part of your journey. But what today I'm talking to you is something to do with your muscle. But for the muscle to do, there are two things you need to remember. Number one, regular exercise is very important. Number two, the protein what you're taking should be sufficient enough for the muscle to be stronger. Now, this doesn't mean that you all jump into, once again, go into a gym and then start lifting weight, especially people who are 30, 40 years and above or 50 years and above. You should carry weights, but do not carry too big a weight so that it carries a toll on your spine. Don't do that. Carry a weight of around 5 kgs, 10 kgs it's still okay. You're not going to compete in any international event of muscle building. You don't need to. But regular exercise of around 45 minutes to 1 hour definitely will take you a long way. At least, why not you age gracefully? You should age gracefully. This is a very, very important lesson. An important message I want to give you is age gracefully. It's beautiful, actually. You may be 90 years, 100 years, it doesn't matter. But even then, of course, your thinking capacity should be clear, your wisdom should be clear enough that but how many of the people down there? I see people at 60 years, they look so old, like an 80-year-old man. How is that? It's because, of course, they are ignorant on one side. Maybe they didn't know that what they are supposed to do. It's okay. Now, this is where when you attend situations like this, what I am trying to do here is, I want to just give this knowledge of whatever I am getting from the universe, just give it to you. It's free, right? Now, why not? When it is free, you should be in a position to at least invite few more people and then invite them to listen to this. See, listening and acquiring knowledge also gives an advantage for you to, move forward. So at least in that way, you need to recommend more people to join the Sunday Zoom so that at least let them pick up some information. They will definitely be very happy that you call them in to come into this Terra's Zoom meeting and then pick up information. Now, let me tell you, this 1 hour, I am sure that you all are so intelligent that you will be picking up nothing less than 10 to 15 different points, which I'm sharing with you, which will be useful for you in your day-to-day life. So now, Do you want the thighs like that? Do you want the calf muscle like that? Of course, it will be nice if we can have like that. This is a basically this guy is a muscle. Of course, he is into the typical bodybuilder. So of course he will have a. It's not that. What you can do is you need to live longer. You need to walk your life every day. So keep your legs strong. Very, very important. This is where I would be proud to even let you know that the Indian toilet system for clearing your bowels, sitting, squatting around, that's the best. Imagine you should sit and get up. So what happens? Automatically, you will have to, your knee joints are definitely will be better, isn't it? But how many of you who are all using the Western toilet can sit down like an Indian toilet and get up? I can challenge you, definitely many of us, many of them cannot do it because they are not used to it. Now, if at all, if without a choice, it's already existing Western toilet, no problem, it's still okay. But what you need to do, can you do the exercise of sitting down? Maybe you hold on to probably a pipe or something, a support, sit down and get up, sit down and get up. Or you can do half squats. Start with half squats and then probably go with your full squats. You must do this. Without that, your knee joints can never be strong. Now, when you cannot do at 50 years of age that sweating and baking, tell me at 80 years, can you do it? Definitely you can do it. Now, what happens? As you become like a stiff robot when you're 80 years, then automatically you start hunchback. And then after that, sometime you fall down. And then once you break your bone or your hip joint, finish. You're on the bed. That's it. Now, there are some disadvantage. Once at 80 years, you break your bones, you will face some problems. Now, this is what I wish we should avoid all these little things by being a little aware. So out there, youngsters, people who are all, I would say 30 years, you might be a business or man, you might be a business entrepreneur, you might be an IT professional, whoever you are, start doing something today. Focus on, if at all you want to be healthy at the age of 50 years, you better buck up and do something today. Why not? You should. So at least at the age of 50 years. Now just imagine 50 years is, I'm talking, you're 30 years today, 20 years later is 50 years. Now 20 years later is, now is 2022, right? Now it will be 2042. Now do you think 2042 you will have a very easy life? We do not know. What will be the pricing of your products? What will be the way of life? We do not know. Things will become more difficult, but of course technologically there will be a lot of things like just now you just give a call to Food Panda, these guys will bring the food and go. Now do you think these guys have made so much of money? The Food Panda, the Grab, everybody have made really minted money during this COVID time. Why? Because you gave them an opportunity by giving a phone call and bringing the food. Of course, with your tight schedule, we agree that it is difficult for you to cook, but sorry, you have to take care of yourself. So you need to allocate time. Time management plays a very, very important role. And don't give excuses that you can't do this, you can't do that. Stop it. Don't give excuses, because just imagine 1 second your heart gives an excuse saying, hey, sorry, brother, I want to stop for a while. I want to rest. Just 1 second, that's it. You're dead. Finish. You can't move forward. And for 1 minute, if your eyes say that I am not going to, send any signals about the external environment, it's closed, totally black out, you're gone. For 1 minute, you can't hear anything, you're dead. For 1 minute, the whole joints of your body says, hey, I'm going to block everything, roadblock, finish. You cannot sit, you cannot walk. You imagine all these, definitely you will stop giving excuses and you will start changing your life today. That's it. Start doing it. Now, you have to move and move, because you're aging. Now, this is something new. I think you people will be wondering, aging starts from your feet. Isn't that something crazy? All the while we never thought of it. Aging starts from your feet, and people are losing their feet for what? The moment they get diabetes, their legs goes off, then of course the doctors will amputate, and then you put an artificial leg, and after putting the artificial leg, you go on showing everybody that you have an artificial leg and you can run. Everything is fine. Just imagine when God gave you a real good legs, what did you do about it? You screwed it up. Now, whatever artificial is, it's still okay, but why not if you can prevent it? You need to. So move your body, move your body, move your body. You have to do that. There is no alternative, right? Now, your feet are the pillars of your body. So move your legs. Walking daily should be your daily routine. Climbing stairs is a very beautiful exercise. Please do it. Now, especially in India, we call it as Topkarnam, we hold the ears like this, and, especially if, near Ganesha, I think we will be doing this. Now, those days, I still remember even in my class, my teachers and all, especially we make a mistake, they will say, come on, put the Topkarnam. How many times? 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. There are a lot of beautiful things, beautiful benefits out of it. Your brain gets activated, your joints get activated, your back muscle becomes stronger. All these are so good ones. So why not? But the sad part is today, how many people are really sitting down, holding the ears, sitting down and getting up? I don't see anybody. I go to a temple and I see they just bend the head like this, like a cow. They'll be just bending the heads. They can't even get down and up. Now, why? It's because you don't practice it. So we have to. Now, using an Indian toilet, of course, I prefer an Indian toilet. There's nothing wrong in it. It's something beautiful. You should. So youngsters, if there is an option for you to have an Indian toilet, please have it. Start sitting. There is nothing wrong in it. You think of your future of around 50 years later, how healthy you want to be. You can do it. Now, this is something very important. 10 days, no leg movements. You lose 10% of your muscle power, You lose 10%. Now imagine if you're going to do for 20 days, 20%. So like this, there is a lot of unplanned situation where your body will lose it. It's automatic actually. Now there is some good news for you. 50% of the bone and 50% of the muscle are in your legs. 50%, that means the remaining 50% is in the upper part of the body. Now the strongest bone and muscle are in your legs. Then the strong bone, the strong muscle and the joint is in your legs. It's a triangle, your muscle, your bone, and your joints. All three together is called the triangular joint. It's a trifactor. You call it as a trifactor. It's in your legs, which is a very, very important thing. And 70% of your human activity, burning your energy, is done by your legs, by your feet. Something so beautiful. It's all done by your legs. So how healthy is your legs you keep? It's all something beautiful, isn't it? So we need to work on that area where you just go on moving it. Now, walking should be our daily routine. Yes, in that way, whether you go for a Zumba or you go for a dance or a ballet or a regular walking, a brisk walking is definitely, it's something very beautiful. And of course, you should move all your joints. I think I see a lot of beautiful Chinese practicing Qigong. Now, this is something so beautiful, shaking your hands like this and, lifting up, laughing. There's something called laughter yoga. All these are all very, very important in our day-to-day life. So I think many of you who are all doing it, I'm very happy. Please continue it. It's something very beautiful, wonderful. All nerve conduction and blood supply decreases as you age. So you need to increase it. Now, as you age also, there's another big problem we all face is what happens is the blood becomes thicker and thicker. So as the blood becomes thicker and thicker, now what is the easiest way, easiest way for you to thin your blood is please drink sufficient amount of water. Now, terahertz plays such a very, very important role in that. The hydration of your cells takes place when you drink terahertz water. It's something so beautiful. So what's the problem? So when you're drinking sufficient amount of water, automatically your blood thins up automatically. So the blood flow is much better, isn't it? So when the blood flow is much better, of course, your nerve conduction also will be much better. Now, there is another thing, what you see here is many old people die within 1 year after the limb fracture, whatever hip fracture or whatever it is, they die within 1 year. It is the world statistics I'm talking. And foot is the center of locomotion. That means you want to move, foot has to be there. Now, of course, with there are a lot of people who are not able to walk. Those are all areas where I'm not going into insight. But for those beautiful souls who all are having beautiful legs for you to, wear a shoes and then, walk and have a little bit of whatever discomfort with your diseases, start changing. You need to work on a different platform of thinking. You need to work on a different platform of understanding how you need to understand. You can talk anything about the whole world's changes, the latest developments, but please know your own body yourself. What it speaks, listen to it. It will tell you what to do. So this is just the beginning. Can switch over to a healthy journey. Walk, 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 walk. So you have to do this. So from today onwards, start building up your muscle. How do you do that? Regular walking, regular exercise, regular yoga, regular flexing, making it tone your muscles, strengthen your muscles. Very important. When you do this, of course, you can, your journey will be so beautiful. It's a long, long way. You all can move forward. And of course, why do I come back to the terahertz is because this platform is basically about terahertz water. So as I told you very beautifully, terahertz water has got a lot of benefits. As Madam Lee was telling, wherein a person, there are a lot of testimonies. But for me, it's no big deal. For the reason is, I believe that terahertz has been invented by another human being, isn't it? It's a human being who invented. But can he invent something what a body can do inside at the cellular level? Just imagine one cell, the water has to go inside. What is the functionality of the cell? How beautifully it can do that? You drink the water, beautiful, but as it goes inside and then picks up by you, who does all this job? Don't you think your body is so beautiful and so, I would say, so sophisticated in God's creation? But at the end of the day, we make our life much more easier because in today's world, we need something more easier, isn't it? So when terahertz is such a machine available for you to resonate the water and then when you can drink the water, why not? So out there, a lot of charities going on. We all can definitely give a lot of water. And of course, if it can be your choice, what is the advantage is the frequency is low, the molecular structure is smaller, the viscosity is high. It has got all the wonderful properties of antiviral, all these are there. But when you're looking at the journey of a human being, and when you drink this water sufficiently enough every day for a period of 3 to 6 months, that is when you can start seeing some little benefits for you to move forward. So drinking terahertz water is very, very important. So such of those, when you're all going for a walk, of course, definitely carry with the terahertz water, which can definitely give a lot of benefits because hydration is very, very important on one side. Another side, as you're doing a brisk walking, what will happen is there'll be a lot of lactic acid formation or toxins you can call. When the toxins are being formed, it will be thrown out. So this is something which naturally will happen. So when you drink sufficient amount of water, your body also has sufficient water to cleanse it. It's not only for nutritional part of your body, you need to drink water. You need to drink water for it to actually detox as well. Now, so drinking water to be healthy and walk daily to be healthy. So this is another wonderful time for you all. Change the way you're all today, and without excuses, you need to start moving forward. And finally, of course, aging is inevitable, whether you like it or not. The cemetery or the graveyard is inviting your body. Please come here. I'm waiting for you. And the body says, yeah, I'm coming there. If not today, to one day I'll be there. Don't worry. But when the body is talking to the graveyard and then your body is also telling you, please take care of me before I go there. Please help me. Please do something. So you need to put a foundation of good health today. That is what is you all need to realize and then start moving forward. And at the same time, this is a very beautiful platform where we are all here on a purpose. Let's share this information, invite more people for them to come and listen to this, pick up the knowledge and then move forward. After all, spending 1 hour in a week is still good enough for us to for us to at least uplift ourselves. And whatever information I'm sharing, I do a lot of homework by going and picking it up and then try to give the right information to move forward. So now the final proverb, what I would like to tell you is change is inevitable, whether you like it or not. As I told you, your body is looking at the symmetry, going towards the grave. It is inevitable. You cannot avoid it. But many times, just because you believe things may not change, what has to happen will happen. It's either for you to change or the external to change. So You have to climb. You climb your life path, whether you like it or not. Embrace with a good vibration at all times. And universe has given all the factors and knowledge to face any change. And your body is ready to change. Now, this is where you have to change. So from today onwards, change and then move forward, walk, walk, and walk. This is what is a message I would like to give. So until I see you back again, loads of blessing for you, for a happy walking from today onwards and being healthy. And do not be a succumb to the whatever condition I told you, something called sarcopenia, wherein losing the muscle. Do not be a person where you are one of the person being affected by this situation. Build up your muscle back, walk a journey fully healthy, and live this beautiful mortal body in a much more divine manner. And be happy that when you turn back and see before you leave this beautiful mortal body, you should be able to say, hey, wow, I've done this. This is what I wanted. I have done it without a regret, without any kind of remorse in your life. You need to leave the mortal body and move forward. So thank you very much, and then meet you again the next week with another topic. Probably I might continue the same topic, because next week I might talk something to do with the protein and the muscle. So probably next week I would continue with the same thing. So thank you once again, and have a fantastic, blessed Sunday night and a sweet next 1 week for you to move forward. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Doctor. It's such a wonderful topic. Yes. Walking start from your feet. The muscles. Your feet are the pillars of your body. And walking daily, climbing stairs. 10 days, no leg movements, you lose 10% of your muscles power. Wow. And 50% of bone and 50% of muscle are in your legs, in our legs. Wow. You bring to my awareness so many times you are so negligent on all this information, how to stay healthy. Thank you so much, Doctor. And strong bone muscles and joint is in our legs. So dear friends, walk. Doctor advises to walk. Don't sit down. Nowadays, a lot of people spend so much time on their handphone, right, Doctor?
Yeah.
Or computer. So we need to walk. We have to stand up, do some movement. And actually, just a few days ago, a friend sent me the same word, like Doctor have mentioned, the sarcopenia. And thank God today I heard Doctor talk about it, so I know better what is it about. Thank you so much, Doctor. So there are a few questions here, and somebody mentioned about let me see, about last week. Doctor mentioned somebody asked about after drinking the so much of this water and still putting on weight. I think Doctor has explained about that, right, Doctor?
Yeah. And there are a few things our friend we need to. No, 1 minute, Lily. Of course, it's a beautiful situation that after drinking the water and they are putting on weight. No, frankly speaking, I think they should call up and speak to me. The reason is there are so many other factors I need to look at, because it's if you're looking at the metabolism, especially the liver, if your liver and kidneys are functioning very good, you will definitely be able to bring down your weight. So liver plays a very, very important role in fat metabolism. So that is where I would rather be able to assist them. If they can call up and speak to me, I will guide them as to what they really need to do. Just drinking water, of course, it's one of the good things. You drink water and do a little bit of fasting, you can lose weight. It is possible. But some people, may not be able to, even in spite of doing that. That means the body is telling, hey, please take care of me. Probably there are other areas we need to look at.
Okay. And I did put up doctor's phone number, the contact number, because somebody is asking for your number. So I already type it out in the chat box. So anything y'all can, as the doctor say, y'all can call him up personally for a better explanation. Okay. And then you said somebody said, may I know what is the range of hardness of terrace water? The hardness.
Actually, it is not hard at all. It is a soft water.
Mm-mm.
Terahertz is soft water. See, the moment you break the molecules into smaller size, it's much more softer. The best example, Lee, see, if you're taking a sponge, have you seen the sponge? If the
Yeah.
molecules are bigger,
Yes.
the sponge cannot be made into, when you sit on that, it's hard actually. But the same one, when it made into small ones, when you sit on it, it's very soft. The same way, when the water is resonated, it becomes smaller molecules. So it definitely will not be hard water at all. It will be soft water. So this is where you need to understand basically what is hard water, what is soft water, what water can be converted from hard to soft water. All these, it's an individual interest to go inside and see, but terrace water is a soft water.
Okay. Somebody said it won't change the structure. Somebody asked after boiling, it won't change the structure of the water. It won't, right, doctor?
That's what the company has told us, that you
Yes.
can boil the water and then it doesn't lose the. Now see, these are all very technical questions, Lali. You know why? Because see, I don't have an instrument to show you. Come, let's boil the water and see what's happening. I don't have anything to show there. But I believe whatever company is giving us the details, they have told us that you can boil the water, and that's an advantage. And of course, when you drink a boiled coffee or tea of a terrace, of course, it's softer and tastier. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
It is.
We have heard a lot of feedback on that, and
Yeah.
they really enjoy the tea and the coffee, and even on their wine, their liquor.
True.
And this someone brand is asking why drink the water can cause the right foot to have pain.
And this, see, like this, if they ask how I will answer, definitely I can't. Definitely I don't know. Is it because of the water or something else was a problem there and now it is opening up? We don't know. Because water by itself, no, water by itself, what problem can it cause? When you're drinking the water, what problem can it cause? Maybe, maybe. I'm just looking at, if when you drink water, probably the blood becomes more thin and it is going towards, the blood flow is going there, right? Probably that particular part of the leg needs a little more nutrition, maybe neurobiome like B1, B6. We do not know. I really do not know. I'm just looking at possibilities.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe the pain is down there because on that side. But of course, they can ask me, my left leg is okay, all of, I do not know. I can't compare there unless I see them personally, then I can give them.
Yeah.
Some
So, Brand, you can call doctor up. Doctor can give you advice. And then somebody also mentioned, is it terrace water, is it good for thyroid problems? I think that is definitely right. There are so many testimonies, those having thyroid problems.
Here, one thing I need to, I think let me repeat this for general population so that they understand. See, basically, we human beings have to drink water, right? Whether you're going to drink the resonated water or a structured water, we still need to drink water. Now, the only advantage for you and me today is we have an instrument where it has been resonated, and then of course, someone asking what are the pros and cons of water. So the only question I'm going to ask is, what are the pros and cons of drinking water? Basically, when you drink a water, what are the pros? And definitely there are a lot of good things in the water. But if you're looking at the cons, that means which is not favorable when you're drinking the water, the only thing we can look at is, if at all, if you're drinking the terahertz water, if you drink more, definitely there is a lot of wash up happening. So there will be a lot of your imbalances happening in your chloride and sodium ions metabolism at the cellular level. But in general, when you drink the water, water is water your body is picking up. The only difference is your body feels it more easy because the molecule structure is small. The water molecules are absorbed inside. That's the only thing. All the while, because the molecule has been bigger, maybe the water has not been penetrating inside, and then we never realize. And with our body so beautifully structured and designed, many times, many diseases, as I shared, the 20th, the person went to the hospital, 23rd, he died. Now you tell me how this happened. We do not know. There are so many things inside our body, we don't even know how it is happening. But let's look into the positive aspect of drinking the water. There are a lot of goodness when you drink a resonated water. Now, resonated water, let me tell you, even if you're going to chant a mantra in a glass of normal water, it is not a resonated water. It's a normal water. You just chant some mantras. Maybe I love you to the water. What happens is there is a little structure being changed in the water molecule, and then when you drink it, definitely there is some good effect. Now, here, just because there is a company which has come out with a terahertz resonating machine, which is more easier for it to make it as a structured water, things are easy for us. Of course, immediately your mind will think, is there any negative effects about it? Is there any unfavorable? I would say it is definitely a easier methodology for you to consume the water. But if you're thinking, of course, what are the unfavorable? I frankly speaking, I don't know, because I have not faced any kind of unfavorable situation. But out there in the general public, there might be people who drank this water and then they don't feel comfortable or they didn't feel any difference. There might be that. It's still we have to accept it. But in an overall general situation, like most of us definitely are getting the good benefits when you're drinking this water.
Okay. And is it, someone asked, is it okay to resonate for 6 minutes? I think that doctor has mentioned before, right?
Yep.
A doctor has
No, I am
resonated
actually doing it.
twice.
No, I am doing a testing now. What I have done is, I don't know, suddenly it popped up in my mind and I am doing this right now. I'm doing the testing. What I am doing is I am resonating the 3.5 liters in the jug. I am resonating 5 times and then I'm doing some experiments. I'm trying to do experiments and see, is there any change in the, because we are doing it 5 times. I don't know. Suddenly I felt, why not I do it 5 times and see what's happening. I do not know, but I'm going to give that results probably in the next week. I will tell you what exactly was the changes, because normally we know the company says 3 minutes is good enough, but for me, two times 3 minutes is definitely very good. But I'm going to try for 5 times and see what's going to happen. But there is someone asking for a 9.5 liter. Can I resonate the water for one time? No, la, please, you have to minimum do it 3 to 4 times, because the water has to penetrate inside and the structure of the water needs to be changed. So especially deeper the bigger the bottle, definitely the more number of times. So minimum at least 3 to 4 times you need to resonate the water. Or another easy methodology I would say is, you resonate once, then shake the bottle and resonate the second time. Once again, shake the bottle. Third time you resonate. So that means it is like you're mixing up the water so that the lower one can come up. There is a change. So that makes it much more easier.
There is a jug given, right?
You
So
have
I
to use the
think,
jug. I would prefer, please use the jug instead of
yes.
this one. And can we microwave the water? Please, it's almost 10-15 years. I have told people stop using microwave. That's it. You come to me and ask me, I'm going to use microwave. I'll say, go throw it in the dustbin. Sorry. If anybody is using the microwave, sorry, that's up to them. They have to, but don't try to do all the gimmicks by using the water and boiling don't do it. First of all, microwave is not at all advisable for you to use it. But sometimes people, what is it, doctor, little bit only, doctor, just 2 minutes, doctor, keep it and take it out. You do it, I have no problem. But in my home, I threw it out 12 years ago. Until now, no microwave. We use steamer actually. So please, if at all you want to ask me what is the alternative of microwave, please buy a steamer and steam the whatever you want to make it hot and use it. It's still okay.
And also, Brand is asking, not our Brian,
I know Brand, right?
Yeah. Is it safe to drink this water for life? I think.
I'm using it for 1.5. I don't know. Bren is a very intelligent man. I think he's looking at another 20, 30 years. La. I really don't know.
I
Because
think he's more concerned whether there's a side effects.
no, there won't be any.
So you
No,
say all things have pros and.
frankly speaking, why should there be a side effects? Like when your body is taking up the water and using it for a better
Yeah.
nutrition, better detoxing facility, what kind of negative effects can it cause? But let me tell you, see, there are always the negative side on any issues which we are looking at. We do not know because frankly, we do not know. But if you look at the previous situations, like you're talking about emerald water, you're talking about ionized water, definitely when you're using a lot of alkaline water to your body also is not good for you.
Yeah.
It is not good for you. But here we are talking about structured water, it is a structured water. So
Yes.
structured water definitely is beneficial for the human body. So it is definitely a good thing that you are using a structured water. What are you using? For the structured water, you're using a device called terahertz. That's all. But at the end of the day, it is still a resonated water, isn't it? So it's good.
He said, I heard 90% blocked arteries can be cleared without surgery. Sure, as some don't believe, they say sales stop. Ren has another interesting question.
No, I think Bren, please tell Bren, please call me. I want to talk to him because there are so many. If he's talking about the 90% block, I do have patients having that, and we have cleared it. I have cleared 6 blocks, 8 blocks.
Wow.
Cleared. We have done it.
Wow,
But
great.
of course, it is not just drinking water, please. There are a lot of other things we need to do.
Yeah.
We can, but it depends on individual,
Yes.
It depends on
Yeah,
the
true.
individual. What is the diet? What is that they're doing, and how old are they? Whether their body can recoup back or not.
Yes.
We do not know. It's not just one factor where people are talking. No, this is a very blunt statement where we are talking about 90% block can be cleared without surgery. Definitely, we can't be. We do not know. Of course, there might be a testimony where this particular person would have told, I had a block, and then after drinking this water, I'm cleared. Maybe I do not know, but that person cannot be the spokesperson saying that, okay, everybody drink and 90% block is cleared. Cannot, isn't it?
Okay. Doctor, I received a question. This person is about 30 plus. So she has been trying to drink terrace water, but I think maybe she has this asthmatic history. So when she drank the water, she felt she become breathless. So she is very scared of drinking the water. What is your opinion?
Here on a public platform, I prefer not to give an opinion because there are many times people perceive when I tell something, they perceive in a different manner. It's better they talk to me, then I know what to do. Then we will be able to guide them. No, there are a lot of things we cannot be talking in a public platform like this because you're talking about a disease.
Okay.
Yes. So it's always safer that we definitely need to. And of course, if they are going and asking more technical issues, I think either Brian has to come in or George has to come in, and our company has to appoint someone who can talk all these technical details. Because I don't want to divert myself from my medical practice and then go on. These are all simple information I'm giving, yes. But anything medical related, maybe yes, I can definitely assist them.
Okay, thank you, doctor. So here's somebody, the last question is say the water used for terrace water is hard water. Are you saying that after 3 minutes scanning, it will become soft water? I think we are advised if we are using the terahertz water device, we are to use the filtered water, right, doctor?
Correct.
To resonate. Can I resonate the hydrogen water? Is it affect the terahertz function?
No, basically, if you're looking
water.
at the hydrogen, I understand that hydrogen molecules are more in that particular water. It's more.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that's why they actually now in the there are a lot of people talking about hydrogen water, hydrogen batteries, hydrogen vehicles, hydrogen aeroplanes. A lot of people are discussing that, and now there is a lot of I think units which are down here which produces hydrogen, because that's basically an energy molecule. So when you're looking at the water H2O, you have more of hydrogen. See, last time the same was happening with alkaline water. When you are especially having a 9.5 pH or 10.5 pH, automatically the hydrogen molecules are more in that. But now what they have done is they have come with another machine which concentrates the hydrogen molecule. That's it. But frankly, I do not know if we resonate what exactly happens, whether it loses that hydrogen immediately. That part and all, it is an experiment. We do not know. They have to probably try it out.
Okay. So I think that's the end of the questions. What is the hardness level? The hardness, I think this depends on your filtered water.
No. See, they have all the rights to ask whether what is it. So what they need to do is, I think Brian should get the information, get back to the company, and get the whatever the answer are. Let the company give us an answer. What is the hardness? Is there any instrument to check the hardness of water? What I can tell you is, how do you check the hardness of water? Very simple, common sense. When you use a soap, if it is a hard water, you use the soap, there is no lather. Simple.
Oh.
And if the water is soft water, when you use the same soap, the more lather comes. That's it. It's an easy thing. Come on, you want to go and look for an instrument. I don't know if there is any instrument to check if there is a hardness of water. Maybe it might be there. I think Brian can help us to get the information. Why not? Of course, it's something interesting. I would love it if I can get an answer.
Yeah, that's a very simple experiment. This is what we did in the science lab during our science lesson. Yeah. Any advice for the Tigo?
Hey, these are all medical related law, please.
Yeah. So I think for all these, if about
they can call me. Let me see how we can
help questions. Doctor's number is 012 if those of you who like to get more advice from the doctor. So doctor's phone number is 012 666 5486. Okay. Okay, I repeat, 012 666 5486. So you can ask doctor personally.
I'll definitely, I'm there definitely. I will see how best we can solve the issues, because everybody are really anxious to do, find solutions.
Yes, yeah.
I will definitely give whatever beautiful solution in my capacity. I'll definitely give, no issues.
Yes. So thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Okay. Yeah. See you. Good night, doctor. So I think no more questions. So let's call it for a night. Thank you, everyone. There are more than around 150 tonight. So, and actually our Zoom